Hello, I'm Anthony, and this is Ant in the Mirror. For the past 24 years, I've worked for the same alcohol distributor on the corporate side. A few years ago, I started seeing changes in the industry, and honestly, I could read the writing on the wall. Last September, I started a side business called Rapid Removal, and on June 1st, my company was bought out and my position was eliminated. So, I'm starting a new chapter. This channel is about that journey. All right, let's meet the fleet. Here we have my Silver Bullet, my 2021 Ram 2500 6.4 Hemi, 4x4. This thing is a beast. I love it. My 2026 PJ dumpster trailer. This is a 7x14, 4-foot walls. This is the workhorse behind Rapid Removal. This thing has a GVWR of 16,000 pounds. I have two axles, 8,000 pound apiece. Truck, 29,000, trailer, $11,000. I couldn't do what I'm doing without both of these. So these are by far the most important pieces of equipment that I have right now. All right, I'm gonna dive in a little bit deeper about myself and what I'm doing here. I was at the same company for 24 years. I've recently been laid off. I started Rapid Removal last September, mainly just after hours and on the weekends, but obviously now I have 100% of my time to dedicate to growing this business, learning new things, learning what works, what doesn't, experiencing bigger jobs, something that I hope to do more of, but right now I know where I'm at. I'm starting small, I'm gonna build my way there, and everything in between I'm gonna document. So if you're interested in entrepreneurship, building things from the ground up, or watching somebody build, this is gonna be a day in the life of a small business owner. So I am gonna post as much as I can of some of the stuff like this. All right, we're out here in Chickasha, Oklahoma. Customer had a tenant that vacated this property. They reached out to me to basically just get rid of everything that the last tenant left behind. This was just pretty much everything in this house was trash. Nothing really stayed. A couple of things in the kitchen stayed, but I moved it all to the front room first, just so I could have everything in one spot. The homeowner did show up just to kind of identify what stayed and what went. So again, I put everything in that front room just so I could have easier access to the front door. Normal household goods, nothing that looked like anything that would be important to the tenant that left. And honestly, I move so fast when I do these, I don't even really kind of stop and question. Especially if customer just states, hey, everything goes, then everything goes. We're done here, so I loaded up. This was actually a full load for me, and it was actually the first time that I ever used the Chickasha dump, which you might be able to tell from the video here, but this red clay was very, very soft. I pretty much sunk into the ground when I was backing up to my dump spot. Here, I'm just gonna check out. I always forget to take the canopy off before I open the doors, which sometimes it's a pain in the butt. I do keep, or I do bring a dolly, a broom, multiple buckets just so I can transport stuff all the time on jobs. So I just put that back in the back of the bed of my truck, and I am hand cranking my tarp off of the top. You're gonna hear me say this over and over, but one day I am gonna change to an electric tarp. Just cut down every second that I can cut down on a job. I feel like I'm probably gonna try to strive for. The electric ones are really cool too, man. They're very fast, push of a button. You don't really, obviously you just sit there and wait till it uncovers. But right now I got the hand crank, whatever. It's a little bit of work, but it's nothing. Make sure I latch my doors for my dump. Sometimes I forget, even now. Look at this, soft clay, man. It was crazy. Easy dump though. I mean, there was a lot of space. I think there was just that one guy next to me that was dumping. Wasn't busy. Not as busy as transfer stations. When I go to transfer stations, sometimes I have to wait in line, and it's a bit of a pain. Not only waiting in line, but it's so packed that you have to be very skillful backing up because you're usually in a tight spot. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting better at backing up the trailer. I'm far from a pro right now, but it's still tricky. It gets away from me sometimes. You all will probably hear a bunch of bleeps when I'm backing up, just because I'm pretty hard on myself whenever I don't back up right. This is where I found out that I was running my battery to my dumpster trailer was very, very low. There she goes. Okay, so I didn't get a shot of the actual dump only because I didn't have a tripod at the time, and I couldn't get around to the end of the trailer because I record with meta glasses, so I couldn't really be in the spot that I needed for the dump shot just because the cord to my dumpster trailer is not long enough. Another thing that I want to upgrade is wireless switch for the dumpster trailer. It will help me out just with regular dumps, but also when I get into spreading rock, driveways and whatnot, I can sit in the cab of my truck and adjust the height of the dumpster trailer for a spread. But finish that load. This is kind of where I found out that like I said, I was basically sinking into this soil here, and when I left this dump yard, I realized that my 4x4 linkage basically came off. So I was wondering what happened, and I kind of got under the truck after this and just realized there was so much red clay everywhere, and the linkage to my transfer case was basically hanging off. And I know that it was because I was sinking into this soil here at this dump. Pretty standard dump though. I liked it. I like outdoor dumps. I prefer these type of landfills over transfer stations for sure, but sometimes whatever's closest works, and a lot of times transfer stations are the closest. Just making my way back up the hill, over the hill, get back on the scale. Honestly, I think this Chickasha dump fee was not that bad. I was expecting anywhere from 90 to 100 bucks, but I think I ended up paying like 70 bucks, 60 to 70 bucks. There I am, over the hill. Pretty good day. All right, that's it for today. This is just the beginning. Tomorrow, we keep building. I'll see you on the next one.